finals time. Did
All
you
right.
start?
Yeah. So we are here for round 3, final round of our Chaos League Mega Draft Top 8. So this is our final match. The two players that are 2-0 are facing off for the league title. So the
So
player that is, yeah.
whoever wins this is the winner. Gets to make an emote for the channel and goes down in history as a league winner as well as an invite to the end of year player of the year tournament.
Yeah, so a lot at stake. We have player shooting for us is John P. This is his second top 8 appearance. And he is in the finals against Damien, who is impressively making his 6th top 8 appearance out of 13 leagues. So that's just under half the leagues, which is, again, very impressive, especially
Not even half
since
the league. Come
especially
on.
since the leagues have been growing in size up to, upwards of 100 players now. It's becoming increasingly difficult to make top 8, but he's still doing it.
Kamigawa League's what, 102?
I
102 players, I think.
believe 105, I believe.
105, wow.
So, a little about the decks. John P. We saw a bit of his deck uh, earlier off camera. He's playing a blue black deck with, obviously, as you can see, Hullbreaker Horror at the top of the curve. Just a lot of evasive threats and a lot of card draw. And Damien's playing a Gruul aggro deck. So he has a lot of good cheap creatures, quite a few little inexpensive burn spells, and some big trampling creatures up on top of the curve. So
Damien's deck is poised to get underneath something like 7-drop Hullbreaker Horror, but there's a good defense happening
yeah,
at
we
this moment.
we saw him playing Weaponize the Monsters quite masterfully in the last round, just to get in so much damage.
Fortunately, 60-card deck, you can't always expect to draw that
Yeah,
anytime,
so
really.
both players are. I mean, for John, I think this is how his deck wants to start, which is just get set up, draw cards, keep the life total high. Damien is off to a bit of a slow start here, not really able to push through much damage. Got his Crawl Harpooner disfigured, and now likely to get his one of his creatures killed by a Manticore here.
Now, I just looked it up. The weird is not an elemental, although it certainly looks like it.
I believe it is a creature type weird.
Yep.
Yeah, they were a thing on Ravnica. It's an is it thing. Yeah,
Totally
so
an element.
it looks like the Hullbreaker Horror is going to come down, and Damien does not have much in his deck to deal with a Hullbreaker Horror. It's hard
Yeah,
enough
it's
to
not
deal
looking
with
good.
it when you're in the right colors, but Gruul dealing with the 7/8, it's going to be very difficult.
Oh, well, that's going to get bounced,
That's a
but
Gulta that is going to be bounced back to his hand every single turn.
that means the other cards are not going to be bounced. But unless he can cast two things, which he definitely can,
Well, he
so it's
can.
not looking good at all.
Yeah, so this Gulta is just going to keep getting bounced every turn, I think. He finds a nice big creature there. Going to be a 5/5 for 5.
Lawbreaker is not fun.
This card's very oppressive. It's hard enough to deal with it when you're in colors that have the removal, but in something like Gruul, it's just going to be a nightmare here.
Toughest thing is it comes in flash. You can't interact with it unless you have instant speed on that you keep mana
Yeah.
open for.
So Damien's best bet is to, if he has pump spells in hand, just try and get through damage. As like when John doesn't have instants, Damien's free to do things on his turn without fear, but his creatures are just going to keep getting bounced, which is pretty demoralizing.
No
This
way
is
to block
exactly
the
what John
7/8.
wanted. He kept his life total high. He drew some cards. He got it out a turn early with his mana rock. This is pretty much exactly what the game plan was here. And I believe the auto tapper has done no favors here for
Oh
Damien,
no.
as he could have played Galta if the auto tapper, because I believe he has 10 power combined, which would have brought it down to green.
On the bright side, it's double spell at least turn for Goku, so
Yeah,
it didn't hurt Damien. I mean, Damien
yeah,
was not in good shape, by the way.
yeah. The Hullbreaker Horror is just presenting too much of a difficulty for anything else to really matter. So, and it kills quickly as a 7/8. So it's not one of those control cards that once you play it still takes forever to win. This wins very quickly. Like we saw Damien's draft, we saw him play around. He has no way to answer it. He can, again, his best hope was to use pump spells on his turn when John's tapped out, but
You should swing in
doesn't
with the
have that.
skeleton here because it's another thing you can cast. Or no, he's doing this pre-combat. All right.
Nah, he's just gonna bounce things before attacks. Or
This skeleton gets in because, well, I don't know. You can cast it again. I don't know.
so
I
he's
don't think you can
double
go wrong.
blocking, which might mean he has like a burn spell of some kind.
What
He
did
must
we
have-
see?
It's only 6 damage though. Or it's got it to 3 toughness, so a burn spell could now.
Manticore saves him though.
Yeah, so the Kami's flare.
Does it
But
eat?
no, he
Or
has
how's
he
this
has
gonna-
Manticore. Manticore's gonna save it.
It bounces before, right? Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, he's just gonna
Oh, he's
bring
done for that.
he's just gonna bounce it. Well, he wants to leave it in
Oh, yeah.
play.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. That is decisive victory on the back of the Hullbreaker Horror, which is just freshly coming off Crimson Vow as the previous draft format. Anybody who played that format has seen games like that. Not much for us to say, just we can only speculate on what Damien might be able to do against it, but in the end, we know what that card does.
The flash makes it too good.
Yeah, it
No
has all
window.
the right things to just take over the game immediately.
'Cause if you got the removal on the next turn, well, they
Is
can
John
bounce your
looking through
spell.
his
Or
deck here? I think he's sort of mousing over some low drop defensive style creatures, which his deck is already sort of doing. His deck is already in that realm, but he might just want to even bring in a bit lower drops.
Wall of Mist. Do you dare?
Yeah, he has Wall of Mist. He has the 1/3 cleric that keeps something tapped. He just decided to submit. He's happy with the deck he has. It served him well so far.
Played Hullbreaker in the last 2 games we saw.
Yep.
So, see what he draws this time. 60 card decks. You can't rely on one creature. So
Yeah, if John does not draw a Hullbreaker Horror and get into position to cast it, we could have a very interesting game, hopefully.
Damien not have an avatar, or is it just MTGA being MTGA?
Well, I believe that is you can choose to have the hooded figure as your avatar.
Oh, it's perfect for the Hat Cube.
I believe they called it the Traveler or something like that.
All right, game 2 starting.
Yep. Damien has submitted. They're battling.
This could be the last game of Chaos 2.
Yeah. So Damien's actual avatar is the Renin 7, but I guess during the loading screens it was the hooded figure, which as far as I know is playable avatar. Anyway, back to this game. Damien has his 2-1, but that is going to die immediately.
The only player available. Oh,
so he didn't disfigure it, which maybe means he's gonna intend to block it in the future with the Opportunist, because he is letting
it does
attack,
grab my card.
Yeah, so I guess he's gonna wait. He's not afraid to take 2 for a turn.
See if the greed gets him.
Damien didn't play a 2-drop, so he didn't get punished here. But okay, I guess he was just waiting to see if he played something better. So of note, Damien did not play a 3rd land that turn.
Mm-hmm.
So
the sad thing is, he had to make he still got the 1/1 out of that deal.
Yeah, the disfigure both games was really crucial. So Damien is representing a trick here, obviously.
We know he has the trick that gives +4/+0 and trample.
He has a couple of things that can do it, yeah. But John's life total is high still. He doesn't need to
Is that a
be
land?
reckless. We'll find out. Get him for one.
Oh, unlucky, missed the land
He's
again.
going to end step. John's just going to flash into 2-1 flyer here to start making inroads on the life total. Looks like he might be.
Cammy's Flare? I know he has that.
No, he discarded a Bearer of Memory to hand size, unfortunately. Now just play a 4-3. I don't know how many zombie creatures he has in his deck. He certainly can't imagine he has 3 snow sources to bring it back, but if you have enough zombies, the Lord is okay.
Yeah, there's not enough snow sources. I'm gonna
Well,
bank on that.
he has a replicating ring, I believe. So
True.
8 turns later, you have many sources of snow. But yeah, so he did have a Welding Sparks there to get rid of the Morbid Opportunist, but really, John's just going to win through damage rather than the card draw that the Morbid Opportunity represented at this point. Damien's just blocking to preserve life total. So presumably Damien has some ways to get through damage here if he's just trying to keep his life total high. He has some good creatures to play.
It's gonna get rewound no matter what. That's gonna be backbreaking.
I mean, he could. Alternatively, he could just kill it with the.
Yeah, I'm wrong. Yeah, Cataclysm kills this now because you have -4, I think.
Yeah, with the Blight Breath here.
Now
Well,
rewind's
no,
open, not open.
well, by itself, it gives -2.
Yeah, true.
If you have no other creatures, and if you have nothing else in play, it still gets -2 because of its own devotion. So now Damien's free to resolve something, but at 8 life, what is this card that he could resolve that's going to really swing the game around? And it's not this.
Glint Nest is a flyer. I forget what else it does, but
it looks at the top.
Spell.
It looks at the top 4, I believe, and finds if you have an artifact, you get to draw. So you drew the removal, so that's pretty simple. Put him down to 1 and give him virtually no real outs here.
You might get a concede here for the league.
A bit of an anticlimactic last round. But no credit to be taken away from John, who has a fantastic deck. Very, very focused game plan.
Cammy's Flare might mean it's not quite. Oh no, but there's a rewind coming. Never mind.
Okay, so there's 2 blockers here. Hey, he got the 20. He rolled the 20. He can have that now. Well, Sanitarium Skeleton is fun with the bloods. I don't think the game's gonna come to that, but so he doesn't draw.
Well, you got to think it's over here. He has the 1 damage in the air and a backup rewind. So
yeah.
Oh, but he's not.
Well, he's gonna see if he can find something that just wins the game on the spot, and that'll do it.
Yeah. League.
Yeah. So, like I said, these 2 games were a bit anticlimactic, but a tremendous credit goes to both players. We saw Damien make some very tough picks in the draft, and we saw John execute his gameplay pretty much perfectly all the times that we saw him play. So, very big congratulations to John P, who has won the Chaos League. So,
we'll not the longest best of 3, but
yeah.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Yes, and that is all.